meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect, side cast down. So I see some people are not ready. I cannot see Alexander's posture properly because of the background, so he may like to turn off the background, at least for the meditation time. Hien and Nina may need to tilt their camera a little lower so that I can see their legs. I need to see your legs, hands, and face. Zoe may like to move a little backward. Yes, very well. Zoe, are you sure you're comfortable in this posture?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Hien and Nina, do you see how May is sitting? Or how Teri or Tenza, how they are sitting in their meditation? Do you think you can sit exactly that way? That's not exactly that way at all, but it's perfectly good. That's perfectly good. So, as we are sitting in a comfortable meditation posture with the back erect, side cast down, it will take 15 minutes of meditation. But we will keep our eyes open during the practice. So, although you keep your eyes open, you will see the floor in front of you. And it's very important that you do not move during meditation and that you do not look to the left, right, or anywhere else. We will be seeing the floor in front of us or whatever is there in front of us throughout the time of the 15 minutes of meditation. Everything else is not so important. If you don't move, if you can see the floor throughout the meditation time, then that's quite enough. The remaining things will come later. Okay, so our eyes are a little bit open. We see the floor in front of us, and we can make the first determination, the first decision in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh that we have at the top of the head. So under the skin, at the top of our heads, there is a flat piece of flesh. It separates the skull, the bone of the head, and the skin. So between them, there is a flat piece of flesh. So we will allow this flat piece of flesh to be heavy. We do not have to experience the heaviness, but we just acknowledge, we just agree, okay, there's some weight, maybe not much, of course, it's relatively light, but there is some weight. And we acknowledge that, we agree with that. And we will continue acknowledging, agreeing with the weight in flesh throughout the body. So we will go through the different parts of the body. We're not so much interested in the skin or fat or bones, whatever is there. Instead, we're interested in the flesh that's under the skin. So we move on in this way to the forehead, and again we consider the piece of flesh that is there under the skin of the forehead, and acknowledge, agree that it has some weight. And we can say in our minds, heavy. And we continue like this to the eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh to be heavy. All of the muscles and flesh throughout the head is heavy. We continue in this manner to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be happy. And we check whether our back is erect. If you see your back is not erect, make sure it is. And we enjoy this heaviness. We can continue saying heavy, heavy in our mind. Now let's watch the connection between the mind and the heaviness and the peace that we get from the heaviness. Do we notice peace? How much of peace do we notice? Is peace still there? And does it change? Now, as we have developed our peace, we can share it with other living beings. We can start in our room, in our minds, voicelessly. We will allow all beings, be they humans, animals, insects, bacteria, viruses, or anything invisible, whatever lives, whatever is alive in our room, we allow them all to experience at least as much peace as we are experiencing now. We don't force them, we don't expect that they will be in peace, but we give them the permission. May all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. Again, we will erect the back if it is not erect. Anytime you can always correct your back, no worries. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. And we remember to keep our eyes a little open so we see the floor or whatever is there in front of us. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And when we have changed the way of our sitting, let's take one more minute to enjoy the peace we gained in meditation without any movement. Okay. So, when we finish our meditation, it's very necessary that everyone changes their meditation posture. I see Hien and Nina are actually still sitting in their posture. When we finish our meditation, you need to take one of your legs and put it by the side. Like, do you see how Tenza is sitting or how Mei is sitting? That's the way how you sit when you finish meditation. Yes, now that's right. Okay, if you meditate 15 minutes or more, it is good to change your posture like this and wait for about a minute or two so that your nerves, your body rejuvenates, and therefore you are healthy and everything is good. Fine. So today we will be reciting 3 refuges and 5 precepts in Sri Lanka pronunciation and Sinhalese pronunciation. So because Hien and Nina are here for the first time, I will show you the paper. So I would like to ask everyone to unmute. So first I will say Yamahang vadami tang vadeta, which means what I say, you say. Not yet. I will be explaining the things today because we have new students here, and then we will try it together. So I say Yamahang vadami tang vadeta, which means what I say you say, or repeat after me, and you can then reply Amabhanti, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Remember to keep your hands together at the chest like this. Yamahang vadami tang vadeta. Okay, let's try that again. Yamahang vadami tang vadeta. Very well. So now what's coming is that you will actually request me for the 3 refuges and 5 precepts. Then how do you do that? So you will be reciting in Pali language, the ancient language that we believe the Buddha himself spoke with. And literally it means, I, Venerable Sir, request the 3 refuges and the teachings on the 5 precepts. By me repeating after you, give me that ethics, give me those rules, Venerable Sir, out of your compassion. And you repeat this then 2 more times. So altogether you say 3 times basically the same thing. So be very careful about my pronunciation. It is very important that you pronounce as exactly as you can in the way I pronounce. So you can repeat after me. Aham bhante
Aham Bhante
tisaranena
Tisaranena
saha
Saha
panchasilang
Panchasilam
dhammang yajami
Dhammam Yajami
anugahang katva
Anukaham Kata
silang detha
Silam Dena
me bhante
Vedante
anukampang
Anukama
upadaya.
Upadaya
So now dutiyampi means for the second time. Dutiyampi
Dutiyampi
aham bhante
Aham Bhante
tisaranena saha
Tisaranena
panchasilang
Panchasilam
dhammang yajami
Dhammam
anugahang katva
Anukaham Kata
silang detha
Silam Deta
me bhante
Vedante
anukampang
Anukama
upadaya.
Upadaya
So now for the third time, tatiyampi
Tatiyampi
aham bhante
Aham Bhante
tisaranena saha
Tisaranena Saha
panchasilang dhammang yajami
Panchasilam Yajami
anugahang katva
Anukaham
silang detha me bhante
Silam Deta Vedante
anukampang upadaya.
Anukama Vajaya.
So now what you will be doing is you will be paying respect to the Buddha, and that is done by reminding ourselves of the Buddha's qualities. Here we will be speaking about 3 of the Buddha's qualities. Number 1, that he was powerful, Bhagavato. Number 2, that he was worthy of donations. He was worthy of support by food, robes, place to stay, and medicine. Arahato. And finally, the Buddha was awakened to the truth of the world. The Buddha understood how this world works and how to get free from this world. So you can keep your hands together at the chest and repeat after me. Somebody apparently turned on, how do you call it? You see? Somebody turned on the reader of your device, so you will need to turn it off. Do you know how to do that? If you go to settings, then there will be something like accessibilities, or how to call it.
found. Con. I found 1 3 pro. T8. Price I found. I found. Mobile device not found. Ready to connect. I found. Connected to.
Yes, accessibility. You need to go to settings, then accessibility, and then in accessibility there will be something like touch or whatever is there. You need to turn them all off in settings and accessibility. Okay, so let's continue. So we can keep our hands together. You can repeat after me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So now you will be taking the 3 refuges. What is that? Well, a refuge is a place where you find peace and safety. So you may find peace and safety now in your home, but unfortunately, life sometimes doesn't work like that. You may be peaceful these days, but later when you become adults, you will see that there is a lot of difficulty in life. There is a lot of danger. There is a lot of risk. There is a lot of harm, a lot of anger, a lot of jealousy. So these things are pretty bad and they're not comfortable. So we search a place where we feel comfortable, a place where we are safe, a place where we are in peace, where we do not need to worry about what we have or what we are or who we are and so on. So such place where you go to achieve safety and peace is called refuge. And in the Buddha's teachings, we find 3 such places. The Buddha, then the Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, and then the community of monks, Sangha. So it is tradition, and it is already coming from the Buddha's time, that people remind themselves that their source of peace and safety is the Buddha, the Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, and the community of monks, Sangha. How are they peaceful? How do you find peace in them? Well, if you listen and follow their advice. If you listen to the advice of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, if you follow it, then you may achieve peace, happiness, prosperity, safety in this life and in the future, up to the extent of your good actions and of your practice of the Buddha's teachings. All right, so you can keep your hands together at the chest and make sure that you pronounce exactly, as much as you can, exactly as I pronounce. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. So now we will go the same, but for the second time. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Now for the third time. Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. So now you have taken the three refuges, and I will agree with that. I will acknowledge and affirm, make it clear that your going for refuges is complete. And if you agree with that, you can then reply Ama Bhante, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Sarana Gamanang Paripunang. So now we are moving towards the 5 precepts. So the 5 precepts are the first advice that we learn from the Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, the community of monks, Sangha. So these 5 precepts, they are the base of your life. If you want to be born at least as a human next life, well, then you will need to follow these 5 precepts. So the first precept means I follow the rule of refraining from killing living beings. It means we never harm any living being. Instead, we radiate loving kindness. We wish all living beings to be healthy, happy, and live a long life. So you can repeat after me. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. The second precept means I follow the rule of refraining from taking what is not given. It means we never steal. Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. The third precept means I follow the precept of refraining from sexual misconduct. It means later when you have a husband or wife, You love only your husband or wife. You never fall in love with anyone else. Kamesu. Micchācara. Veramani. Sikkhapadang. Samadhiyami. The fourth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from false speech. It means we never ever tell lies. Musavada. Veramani. Sikkhapadang. Samadhiyami. Now the last precept means I follow the precept of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. Sura meraya. Majja. Pamadatthana. Veramani. Sikkhapadang. Samadhiyami. So now I will encourage you all to follow and protect the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts very well, and to strive diligently or to make effort mindfully. So what does this mean? Well, if you're mindful, you know what's going on in your mind. And when you know what's going on in your mind, you can catch the desire to break any of the 5 precepts before you break any of the 5 precepts. So if you can catch your mind on time like this, and then of course you remove it, then in that way you can totally avoid any of the danger of breaking the 5 precepts. So staying mindful is essential for success. And then you can reply Ama Bhante, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Tisaranena saddhing panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakkitang katva appamadena sampadetha. Very well. So now I will wish you to be happy, healthy, to achieve the eternal bliss of Nibbana. And you can then reply, if you agree, you can then reply sadhu, 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 which means well said. It means well done. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
So now we are moving on to what we have planned for today. Hien and Nina did not get those instructions because I learned about them coming about a few days ago. So, but before actually we start, let's introduce each other to Hien and Nina so that they don't feel like aliens here. I'm Mang Sarana. I think Hien and Nina already have seen me during a separate conversation. And Hien and Nina, can you now introduce? Yes, so I'm Mang Sarana. I teach Buddhism. I study at a university, counseling, which is like psychology, helping people to be happy. And I'm now 35 years old. I live in Vietnam, but I'm from the Czech Republic. So now Hien and Nina, one after another, tell us, how old are you? Where do you live? And what else would you tell us? What's your name?
I'm Hien. And I'm Nina. I'm 10 years old and we live in Sydney in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Nina and I'm 8 years old.
You are? Excuse me?
8. She's 8
You're
years
8 years old. Yes, okay. Ian and Nina, by the way, are not do not have Burmese parents. So now Ian and Nina, you need to know that all of the other students here, they have Burmese students here. Burmese parents. You have Vietnamese parents. So that's a very new thing that now we have students with Vietnamese parents. Otherwise, all of the other students here have Burmese parents, so they're coming from Burmese families. So I hope that we will have more Vietnamese students as the time goes. For the time being, Hien and Nina are our first Vietnamese students. But they live in Australia and their mom can speak excellent Australian accent. I was very surprised. All right, so now I will ask Tiri to introduce yourself. Tell us what's your name, how old are you, and where do you live?
My name is Theory. I'm 8 years old and I live in Peachtree City in Georgia.
Okay, thank you. Zoe?
My name is Wei and I'm 10 years old and I live in Staten Island, New York.
Mm-hmm, thank you. Grixis? Can you tell us what's your name? Grixis, are you here with us? Yes, can you tell us what's your name? Grixis, are you here with us? Yes. Can you tell us what's your name? Yes, very good. And can you tell us how old are you?
Seven.
You're 7 years old? Great. And where do you live?
I don't remember.
You don't remember where you live, so you can ask your mom and tell us. Yes? Yeah, the first one is enough. Yeah, you don't need the detail. So, Crixus, where do you live?
I don't understand.
Okay, so Crixus, when I ask you where do you live, you need to say that you live in Kentucky because that's where you live. Kentucky. So you can say, I live in Kentucky. Can you say that? Nice. Thank you very much. Next time when someone asks you, where do you live? This is the answer. I live in Kentucky. If you live in Kentucky, of course. If you move to somewhere else, then you will need to change the answer. Okay, nice. Thank you very much, Crixus. This was pretty good. May, can you tell us about you?
My name is May. I'm 10 years old and I live in North Carolina.
Thank you. Robert?
My name is Robert. I am 10 years old and I live in Long Island, New York.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Andre?
My name is Andre and I'm 10 years old and I live in Jamaica.
In Jamaica. And Edward? Can you tell us?
My name is Edward and I'm 6 years old and I also live in Jamaica.
Very nice. Thank you. Tenza?
I'm Benza. I'm 9 years old and I live in Vienna, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I missed, I think, Alex, right? Alex?
My name is Alex. I live in Long Island, New York.
And how old are you?
I'm 10.
Nice, thank you. So who did I miss? Did I miss someone? Robert, did I miss you? No. Okay. If I miss anyone, tell me. Fine. So now what's coming is our pictures. So do you have everyone your picture? Yes, I see Alexis's picture. Just show me in the camera is enough. Nice. Did you write the text? Yes, I see Robert did. Okay, Alex did. Then Za. Anyone else? Yeah, keep the picture like that. May, did you know about our plan?
Yes, but I forgot to print out the
Okay.
paper.
And Tiri?
I had to redo it, but I never redid it yet.
So what do you have? Tiri, what do you have? Can you show us what you have?
The old one doesn't have room for the author of the poem.
Can you show me?
Right? Or whoever wrote
Show us what you have. Show us what you
I don't
have.
have it with me. I don't have it with me right now. I'm at my grandma's house.
You're somewhere else. Andre? You didn't know about it. But Enzwe?
I forgot.
You forgot about it? Okay, thank you very much. So everyone can take back your picture. We have Viber group, and in the Viber group, I provided detailed explanation. So those who didn't come, they could see in the Viber group. So what happened is that we will be reciting some verses from a poem about the Buddha. And Grixis, do you have your picture? You don't have your picture. We had Emily, right? And Emily didn't come today. Emily did not come. Emily did not come. So we have a poem which is about 129 years old, a very old poem about the Buddha. And the plan for today is to recite that poem. So I have also distributed the verses to each person. So Robert, did you memorize your 2 lines? Yes. And Alex? Yes. And Zoe? Zoe, did you memorize your 2 lines?
Yes.
Yes, okay. May, did you memorize your 2 lines? Very nice. Tenza? Yes, very good. And Emily is missing, so somebody else will be reading Emily. Tiri, did you memorize your 2 lines? Sorry, Tiri? You didn't memorize your 2 lines?
I did it once, then I forgot, so I need to do it twice. I'll do it again.
But now it's late. Now it's late, Tiri. So that is not okay. So when the people do not do their homework, then that means somebody else takes over, and the people who didn't do their homework, they will remember whole their life that when I give them homework, they must do it. Okay, so instead of Tiri, someone else will be reciting. Nina will be reciting. And so that is after Emily. So Emily will be your Emily is not in here. So right after Tenza will be reciting Hien. Here it is in the chat box. Hien and Nina, can you see the text in the chat box? Can you see it? Yes. Okay, that's good. And then Crixus, did you memorize your 2 lines? What do you mean? Did you memorize the 2 lines? Did you learn the 2 lines that I gave you last time?
No.
You didn't memorize your 2 lines? But did you know that you had to memorize 2 lines? Crixus, did you know that you have to memorize 2 lines? Crixus, you didn't know that you memorized 2 lines? But do you remember that I explained to you your 2 lines last time? Do you remember that I explained to you the 2 lines last time?
I don't know.
You don't know, but do you remember that? You don't remember that? I explained to you your 2 lines. Last week I explained to you 2 lines that you had to memorize. Okay. So, Crixus, you say you don't know, so then that is not a problem, and you will be reading the 2 lines. Crixus, can you see your 2 lines in the chat box? You can see them? Okay. Crixus will be following right after Nina. All right. So I will be following. I will be the first who recites, and then after me follows Robert. Then comes Alex, then Zue, then May, then Tenza, then Hien, then Nina, and then Crixus. So, let's start. The scripture of the Savior of the world, Lord Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, styled on earth. And now, Robert.
Earth and heavens, and hell's incomparable, all honored, wisest, best, most pitiful.
But did you say it out of your memory, or did you read it? Okay. Alex? I don't hear you at all. Alex, I don't hear you at all.
The teacher of nirvana and law, then came he to be born again for men.
All right. And then comes Zue.
Though the highest year, 4 regions fit to rule the world, and under them are thrones.
Very nice. And then comes May.
Wait thrice 10,000 years, then live again, and on the Buddha, waiting in that sky.
Very nice. Thank you. Oh, okay. And then Tenza.
And on Lord Buddha, waiting on that sky, came down for our sakes. The five sure signs of birth.
Perfect. Now comes Hien.
So that Devas knew the signs and said, Buddha will go again to help the world.
And Nina.
You, I came, now I died to help the world. This loss of many times of birth and death.
Crixus?
Oh.
Do you see the text in the chat box?
Rejecting. And for me and those who learn my law, I will go down among the
How do you read that?
yes.
That's right. Very nice. Thank you very much. So our recitation was successful. Very good. And that's it for today. So it was a pleasure to see everyone. I hope to see you. Are you coming next week? Next week you will have. Next week you will have the last day of this year, right? So who of you is coming next week? Can you please raise your Zoom hand?
I don't know if I'm coming next week.
Yeah, if you don't know, don't raise your hand.
I'm not coming, I think.
Okay.
I think you're not. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Don't know. If you have parents around, please go and ask. You still have a minute to find out. Please go and ask. We want to know.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Nina. All right. Okay. So that means we're enough to meet. At that time, I will probably be in Japan. Now I'm in Vietnam. I hope to be in Japan by those days. Let me see what will be that time. So I will be greeting you from Japan, but it will be too early probably to show you something of Japan at that time. All right, Tenza, you want to say something?
How long will you be staying there?
Just 5 days. All right, so it was a pleasure to see everyone. I hope to see you next week. Thank you everyone for joining in our recitation, in drawing, in writing, in a picture. The picture is Bodhi leaves. These are, as you can see here, down there, these are Bodhi leaves. Bodhi means enlightenment. It means the Buddha's enlightenment, the understanding, the realization. The Buddha realized the truth of the world and how to get free from the world. So this is the tree under which the Buddha realized the truth and realized the way out of suffering. So we have great respect for this tree, and the Buddha himself also had great respect for the tree, because under that tree the Buddha realized how the world works and how to get free from all suffering. And when the Buddha became enlightened, the world could receive the teachings. So it is the Buddha's enlightenment that is so extremely important for us, because thanks to the Buddha's enlightenment, we can learn what is the truth about the world and how to achieve freedom from all pain and from all sadness and suffering and troubles. So this is the meaning of the picture. While Christians are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, today we celebrated the birth of the Buddha's awakening. It is of utmost importance for us to realize that there is suffering in the world, but at the same time, there is a path, there is a way how to get out of this suffering. So for us, this is a very important point in Buddhism, the Buddha's awakening, the Buddha's enlightenment, the Buddha's realization of the truth. All right, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Bye, Venerable.
Bye, Venerable Sarah.
Bye.